Hey guys, Nishquick here. So, here I am, back with another Persona 3 Reload video. Sorry for not really talking about this game as much, because I've just had a lot of video ideas relating to Nintendo, Zelda, Xenoblade, and all that stuff. I want to get back into talking about Persona 3 Reload, because Atlus had some awesome stuff just this whole summer. Gamescom had a huge, big bunch of news when it comes to Persona 3 Reload, and I'm actually a little jealous because some of my friends were at Gamescom and they got to play the game, and I didn't. But anyways, it's really awesome that they got to play the game, but today I want to talk about some, I wouldn't say controversial topics about the game, but just some things that people are a little upset about, and I want to give my 2 cents on all of this. So there's 3 things I'm going to be talking about in this video. First of all is the fact that Persona 3 Reload will be a $70 game. I want to address that. Second of all, I want to address the cut content. Third of all, I'm going to be talking about this game not being on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it'll be in that order, but I will have timestamps below. And yeah, just let me know what you think about Persona 3 Reload, what we've seen so far. Are you excited? Because I am very, very, very excited. And just a reminder, I am new to Persona 3. I have not played Vanilla, I have not played Fez, I have not played Portable. Portable's on my Switch, but I don't really feel like playing it right now. Going into this video, I want to remind people who may not have seen my other Persona 3 videos. I am new to this game, though I am not new to the series. I have played Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5 Royal, though I have not played, like I said before, any version of Persona 3. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So let's talk about Persona 3 Reload being $70. $70 is the new standard for next-gen video games. That's just the case. That is what it is. And I was a little upset about this in the initial launches for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. I told myself, I don't want to pay $70 for Spider-Man. I don't want to pay $70 for the Demon Souls remake, all this. It was just a very big change in the gaming industry. And I will say this, as of now, there are only 3 games that I've spent the flat, straight up $70 on. Those 3 games are Spider-Man Miles Morales, the Ultimate Edition. So I got 2 of those games bundled in with $70. So I thought that was a good deal. The other one was God of War Ragnarok. I made a review on this game, but God of War Ragnarok is actually my favorite PlayStation first-party game of all time. So I think, yeah, it was definitely worth the $70, and I really enjoyed it. The third game is obviously The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but funnily enough, I didn't end up paying $70 for it because of GameStop trade-ins, and it's actually a long story. I might share that story in another video of mine or like a podcast episode or something. I'm going to be straight up honest right now. I pre-ordered that game and I put down $70 for it, but I was willing to pay $70 of my money to play Tears of the Kingdom, and I am willing to do that for Persona 3 Reload. And here's the thing, there's always going to be controversy about $70 for a game. And here's what I think about Reload. It is a ground-up remake, and it is nothing like Fez in terms of appearance, in terms of gameplay style, in terms of how you move around, how you interact with the world. It is nothing like Fez. It is nothing like Vanilla. It is definitely nothing like Portable. So this is like a next-gen game running on Unreal Engine, and it looks good. It is high fidelity. The graphics are very good. The frame rate is nice and smooth and everything, and it just looks great. And don't quote me on this. I looked up the Dead Space remake. The Dead Space remake was $69.99 or $70. Dead Space was also a remake. Ground up remake. Completely new assets. A new remake. That is a thing. Remake versus remaster versus reimagining. All these things. Like, we're still kind of getting used to all this. I saw some people, I don't want to name any names here, I saw some people comparing Persona 3 Reload's changes to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. You guys know me, I love Xenoblade, I will defend every single Xenoblade game, but this is a night and day comparison. Xenoblade Definitive Edition is more of a remaster. There is, like, yes, of course, the characters look different. Most of the game is exactly the same. The combat is the same. The character animations are the same. The character movement is the same, and I'm going into the nitty-gritty here, but I'm trying to point out what makes Xenoblade Definitive Edition more of a remaster, whereas Persona 3 Reload is a remake. Like, look at all of this that we saw in the recent Gamescom trailer. I think this justifies the $70. Atlus's DLC Day 1 practices, that's a whole nother story. It's a whole other can of worms that I do not want to get into. But I just want to say that yes, $70 is unfortunately, I guess, I will say unfortunately, the standard for a lot of modern AAA video games. And we even saw a lot of this controversy with the Tears of the Kingdom earlier this year. This game, Persona 3 Reload, it's got high quality animations, high quality UI, user interfaces, updated locations, character designs, cutscenes, quality of life features, improvements, and yeah, I don't think we can not question how this is a remake, and I think a remake like this kind of justifies the standard $70. Next, I want to talk about why it's not on the Switch. So, me being a Switch fan, I like to play all my JRPGs on the Switch. I like to play them in bed, I like to play them in handheld, I like to play everything on my Switch if it can be on the Switch. Persona 3 Reload is not on the Switch, very surprisingly, but the more I think about it, the more it kind of makes sense. I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't really know much about game development. I listen to a lot of people talk about it. I listen to interviews, I listen to developers, but I don't really know much because I haven't done it myself. But I will say this. Persona 3 Reload is using Unreal Engine 4, and there are some Unreal Engine 4 games I want to point out later on where I can kind of understand why they might want to take their time with this. And that also does not take into account Atlus's silly business decisions, because if this game is ready and they're willing to put it on the Nintendo Switch and they're just being ignorant and not doing so and stubborn and stupid, then that's Atlus's fault and they should be ashamed. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of games on Switch that use Unreal Engine 4 are just more larger, more detailed games, and they just take a little more time to polish. I'm just going to provide some examples here. Yoshi's Crafted World and Pikmin 4 used Unreal Engine 4. Very, very high quality, high fidelity games. Those are first party though. Let's look at some third party games. And some of these third party games are a little bit of a rocky Switch version, so hear me out here. No More Heroes 3 and SMT5 were very good games, very highly praised games, but especially for No More Heroes 3, there was a lot of issues with the Switch version of No More Heroes 3, a lot of frame rate and graphical hitches with that game. SMT5, I've been enjoying the game, I've been playing it a lot this year, I loved it so much, but I also have to admit there's noticeable frame drops in the game, noticeable graphical inconsistencies with the game, and I think it would look better on better hardware, but they put it on the Switch, and I'm very happy that they put it on the Switch because it sold very well on the Switch for a Shin Megami Tensei game. But here's the thing, Switch is in its tail end, as we all know. Switch 2, everyone's talking about the Switch 2, and here's the thing, I will not be opposed to Atlus waiting till the release of the Switch 2, working on a Switch 2 version, releasing it on the Switch 2. Or another thing is polishing it, waiting for the Switch 2 version, making sure it's extra good, and then doing a cross-gen release. Backwards compatibility, something like that. I think that would be great, and here's the thing, do I want to wait for something like that? Hell no. No, I'm getting this game on February 2nd. I'm playing this day one on PS5 or PC. I don't want to wait for a Switch version because I want to play this game day one. But to you Switch fans, I know a lot of people have been talking about this on Twitter and in my comment section and saying, hey, I would love to play Persona 3 Reload, it's not on the Switch, so I don't really feel like playing it, or I don't have the opportunity to play it, but give it some time. I don't think Atlus is being ignorant here. I'm going to give them, again, the benefit of the doubt. I don't think they're being ignorant, I don't think they're being stubborn and stupid. I think that this game is a little bit of a higher level, high fidelity game. So I think if they want to polish it, wait it out, make sure it's extra good running, looking as good as it can on the Nintendo Switch, that's good, that's great, and I'm happy that they're doing that. If they are Alright, here is the most controversial topic of them all, and it is the changes and omissions. So I want to first direct you guys to an episode of the EXP podcast I had with my friend Arcry. Arcry talks about all things Persona 3. He is covering Reload like crazy, and he is someone who has actually played the game. So look out for another podcast with us where I talk to him about his experience with it. But here's the thing. In that episode, that first episode I had with Arcry, we talked about the changes and omissions from Persona 3 Reload. Most notably the answer and the female protagonist. And we kind of looked at this a little more logically. And I hope you guys don't mind me saying that I'm also coming at this from a newcomer's perspective again, but I do want to remind you guys that I'm okay with all of this. I'm okay with how Reload is. I'm okay with how it's structured. If it was a definitive edition with everything, it would have been great. But now looking at what they're doing with Reload, I can understand how they have omitted things and prioritized other things. So let me talk about that. So the answer is something that could have been added here. In the long shot, it doesn't really matter that it's not there. I've also heard not many good things about it, and this could have been a good way to change things and maybe make it a overall better epilogue, but it's not really the end of the world if the answer is not there. And there's also even some speculation that the ending of this game could be changed up. Maybe that would lead to maybe why the answer isn't there. But here is where I talk about the female protagonist. And with the female protagonist, I also think a lot of us are forgetting how much that is being put in this game. How much is actually being put in this game that is new. How much is being added. How much additional things are being added to this game. I want to kind of give you guys a bit of perspective on this. The female route isn't just some like simple add-on that would really be added to this game. The female route is, from what I've heard, its own unique route, its own unique playthrough of the events of Persona 3. There would be unique dialogue, there would be unique animations, there would be unique social links, there would be unique remarks. Almost every single thing in the game would have to be changed and accommodated to add to this new female protagonist. Persona 3 Reload has been in production, it has been in development since 2019. It is going to be released in early 2024. That is a very, very long time. And adding new dialogue, adding new animations, adding new animated cutscenes with the female protagonist, adding new social links, adding new responses and remarks to the characters when they're talking to Katone or the female protagonist, adding all of that, plus having all of that stuff voiced by voice actors, because basically every single line of dialogue in this game is going to be voiced. Having all of that would take a significant additional amount of development time. And Atlus has other games that they're planning to release. Atlus has Metaphor ReFantazio, they have other Persona 5 spin-offs which are rumored, they have Persona 6, which is hopefully, maybe, most probably coming very soon, 2025, 2026. If Reload was delayed more just to add the female protagonist, I think it would really clash and coincide with their other releases, and it would just take a little more of a longer time. Again, perspective here, this game has been in development, according to the developers, for the past 4 years, since 2019, and now we're going to be getting it in early 2024, so I think what we're getting is good. And I was saying, I think we're forgetting a lot of the additional stuff that is being added. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but we're getting new interactions, new kind of events with characters such as Shinjiro, Ken, Koromaru, Junpei, Akihiko. It's kind of sort of like a compromise to the fact that there is no male social links that the female protagonist had. And I'm very open to see how these are done. I'm very open to see how these play out. I think one thing that is really gravitating me to this game, what I'm really super happy and excited about, is this game just feels modern. It plays modern, it looks modern, and what I mean by plays modern is it plays a lot like Persona 5. There's the whole new baton pass feature, which is not in any Persona 3 game, which was added newly to Persona 5, which is now in Reload. Baton Pass is just one new addition that this game is having, similar to Persona 5, but I think having a lot of similar Persona 5 features will make this game a lot more enjoyable and a lot more playable. If we really look into a lot of this, there is a lot of new events, there's a lot of new moments, a lot of new character interactions, and a lot of new gameplay and combat additions being added to Reload. I'm very happy about that, and that just makes this a very full-fledged and very worthwhile remake. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Persona 3 Reload? Is it overpriced? Do you want it on the Switch? Are you mad there's no FMC? Are you mad there's no answer? Are you mad that it's supposedly a remake of the vanilla Persona 3? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you're most excited for when it comes to Persona 3 Reload. And give this video a like and subscribe for more Nintendo and RPG content like this. This is Nishquick signing off. Have a great day and go play some great games today, like Persona 3 Portable, which is on all modern platforms. You can play that to get ready for Reload in February. I'll see you guys in the next one later. Hey guys, this is Nishquick. Thank you so much for watching that video, and if you enjoyed it, check out these two videos on the left, and if you aren't subscribed, why not hit that subscribe button on the way out? I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and see you later.